So, you want to crush your friends at chess after several miserable attempts, with a strong opening that takes only 7 minutes to master? Well, don't worry, as this video will take you through the fundamental parts you need to know in order to master it. So, the Ponziani opening starts off as standard, white playing e4, black responding with e5, and we get the knights out. Now, to initiate the Ponziani opening, we play pawn c3. This move reinforces the center, allowing us to push the d-pawn without it being captured, and also opens up the diagonal for our queen, which will be useful later on. So, after white plays c3, the most common response from black is to play the move knight f6, known as the Danish counterattack. To play against this, the best and most common move to play is to push the d-pawn to d4. Approximately 50% of people playing as black will take on the e-pawn with their knight, to which we will respond with d5, attacking the knight. The knight moves away, let's say to e7, now attacking it. To defend, a good move to play can be pawn c4. Now, white can attack the knight, develop minor pieces and castle kingside. A very common move played at beginner level by black is bishop c5. This move can be countered by playing d4. Black will take on the pawn and we recapture, winning a tempo. The bishop retreats and we develop the second knight. Black will also develop their minor pieces, such as their bishop. If your opponent plays d6, trying to open the diagonal of the bishop and pin the knight to our queen, we can simply play h3, defending the g4 square. Instead of playing the bishop back to b6, black could have played bishop b4, giving a check. We simply block with the knight. In most scenarios, black will take on the knight, and we will recapture with our pawn. We continue with our plan, develop minor pieces and castle kingside. At higher elo, you will most definitely encounter the Ponziani counter gambit. This is initiated after black plays the move f5, to which we will respond to d4. In most cases, black will take on the e-pawn, attacking our knight. The knight takes on black's e-pawn, defended by the pawn on d4. Sometimes, black will take on the knight with theirs, but once our pawn recaptures it, it will be awkwardly close to black and will limit their development, so knight f6 is a common move. Bishop b5, bishop e7, bishop g5, and black castles kingside. Remember how we pushed the c-pawn at the start to make some space for the queen? Well, that will come in handy once we play queen b3 check. Black will play pawn d5, which is the best move, and the white knight takes on the black knight on c6. Pawn takes and bishop recaptures, attacking the rook. Black will move the bishop in order to open the file where the queen will recapture. Bishop takes, we trade off material and castle kingside. Now, let's discuss two very powerful and scarce traps you can play against the Danish counterattack. The first trap is a material advantage in the Danish counterattack. After black plays f6, we play pawn d4. Black takes on the pawn on e4 and we attack their knight. The knight retreats and we take on their pawn on e5. Many players playing as black will play the move pawn d6, attacking the knight, but we play bishop b5, which gives a sneaky check. Black blocks with the pawn and we take it. The worst possible move for black is to take on our knight. If so, we take on black's b-pawn, giving a discovery check. Black blocks with the bishop, and we take on it. The queen recaptures, and we take on the rook, promoting into a queen. This second trap is also a trap in the Danish counterattack. Once in this position, we have taken the pawn, and instead of attacking our knight they play a move like knight g6, freeing up some space and offering a trade. We play bishop d3, attacking their knight. So, if black takes our knight, we take theirs. However, black will try to be sneaky as the tempting move knight takes on f2, forking our queen and rook, may come to their mind. The knight is not protected, however, if white was to take the knight with the king is wide open, ready to be attacked and cannot castle. So, instead of taking back, we sacrifice the queen by taking on the knight on g6. Black takes the queen, and we take the pawn, giving a check. King steps forward, and here comes the walk of shame. Bishop b5 check, king d6, knight c4 check, king c5, knight a3, queen takes bishop, and pawn b4, which is the final nail in the coffin, delivering mate.